Yo, 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 all my game musicians out there, this is the obnoxiousoboe, double O sharp for short, and welcome back to Let's Play Paper Mario the Thousand Year Door. So, how to get inside this door? I think we found a way, you know how we can get inside this house. And it appears that we may need Joe Padry's help in the mission. There we go, that was super easy. I don't know what you are doing here. The other day, I saw this guy jumping from roof to roof. Man, he was so dashing. Let me guess, it was a nomadic mouse. But you know, actually, he might have been a bandit. Or he might have been a nomadic mouse. Maybe that's why he was sneaking into chimneys. Like Santa Claus, maybe? Should we just give it the old Santa Claus touch? I guess we'll soon find out if we can, you know, just sneak down a chimney like Santa Claus. Alright, up and at him. There we go. We can see the whole world from up here, it looks like. Ooh, and yay, our first Shine Sprite catch of the episode. Okay. For a second there, I thought we were about to fall. But nope, we weren't about to fall, and... Oh, you look like a minstrel. I will be talking to you later. And it looks like... Can we fit inside the tube that we are? Can we fit inside the toilet paper tube that we are? Yes, we can. Merry Christmas! What do you blokes want? That's a bob-omb sailor. The workers at the docks say he's some kind of legend, like Link from The Legend of Zelda. Even though, again, that's a totally different game. I heard he was stubborn, but who knew he'd give us this much trouble? Seriously. Even though we haven't talked to him yet. It'd be nice if Professor Franklin could tell us a little bit about him. You seek Admiral Bobbery? Never heard of the gent. Take your search elsewhere. Well, gee, thank you for unlocking the door. Are you going to lock the door on our way out again? Now, away with you. Can we sneak inside your personal quarters there? Ah! I'll take that, thank you. And this looks rather nice. It looks almost exactly like my house, you know, me and my brother's room, except it's a lot larger than this. I wonder if it has a trap door of some kind. Does it harbor a trap door? Nope. So no, we cannot sneak in and read Bobbery's diary in the basement. You seek Admiral Bobbery? Yeah, baby. Are you going to lock the door from behind? Nope! Somehow I get the feeling that you must be the one, because otherwise you would have locked your door again on our way out. Well, let's gather some more information about the guy then. Even though I think we did find Bobbery's place. Bobbery? That old sea dog lives in the east side house right next door, which we just visited. They say he was a great and important sailor long ago. And that's all you have to say on the matter. Okay, so no help from Franklin. No help from Professor Franklin, so now let's try the dock again. Let's see if Flavio, or, you know, Flavio might persuade him to come sail with us. It may not help, but it doesn't hurt. It wouldn't hurt to have the captain, you know, try to... How about in the quest for him to get him to be our navigator? And again, I must always jump into the water like a salty sea dog that I am. Scurvy. Hermie! You found someone who matches Bobbery's description, but claims he is not him. Strange, I would ask someone who is knowledgeable about the neighborhood about this. Patch maybe? Heh. Oh yes, I'm gonna be filthy rich. I don't care about that. Who can help me out here? Can one of you bob-ombs help me out? No, you're gonna talk about the weather. Though that I do believe is the shopkeeper. Maybe he wants to run his own shop on a remote island, even though it's probably not gonna attract any sort of clientele. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be ramshackle. I mean, it is a... Yeah, there we go. I couldn't have said it better myself. It's a deserted, cursed island. It may not get that much foot traffic, but you know, if we rid the maybe if we rid the curse, maybe it might attract more tourists. I don't know. But either way, right now that's beside the point. So right now, let's find someone who may know a little bit more about Admiral Bobbery. Maybe check around the inn again. There has to be someone who knows a little bit more about him, who might gather a little bit more information about, well, someone who may be called Admiral Bobbery. He certainly has a mustache. Admiral Bobbery? Yeah, I know him. You know that house just past the wall in the eastern part of town? That's his, which we just visited not too long ago. But I think both you and he would be better off if you just let him be. Yes, why? Why must we let him be? Can we talk to him again? We talked to Flavio. We talked to Podley. Do we have to go back to Flavio again? So much backtracking! Probably one of the biggest downsides to this game is just going back and forth like Mercury. Just, you know, like the winged messenger, we must go back and forth. As if we were some kind of a delivery boy. God. They should name this Paper Mario Futurama Edition, not the 1,000-Year Door. Because this looks a lot more like Planet Express to me. I did. No help. Oh, okay. Admiral Bobbery? Now that you mention it, I have heard that bloke was a navigator like no other. Chorus, I also heard he was dead. That's the thing about rumors. What's true? Yeah, exactly. Rumors cannot be trusted at all. They cannot be relied upon. Admiral Bobbery? Yeah, sure, that bloke used to practically live at Podley's place on the plaza. He'd stay too late every now and then, and that lovely wife, which we did not see in his house of his, would pick him up. More about his wife, huh? Admiral Bobbery? I'm fairly sure that there was an old guy by that name living in the east part of town, which we did visit. We did come across his house. Off to that island, are ya? Well, at least Flavio's ship is the best in the harbor. You ought to be fine as long as you don't see any ghosts. Woo! But if the Pirate King's curse is real, there ain't a ship on the sea that can save you, and yeah. Thank you for that fair warning, I guess. Now, who can help us try to convince Bobbery to join our crew? Can we convince the Gallows? No. Why exactly does the Gallows still exist? I mean, this is right now, you know, I'm guessing present day. Okay, Bobbery. Excuse me, Podley. Yeah, I know, but can I... Is there some way? Do I need to talk to Merlovely? I shouldn't have to talk to Merlovely about this. Why can't I remember how to do this one mission? Yes, guys, I played this game before, and I don't seem to remember. Oh, maybe we talk to Professor Franklin again, maybe. Yes, we just talked to him. Yeah, he's right next door here. Okay, we talked to everybody. Can you please, you know, clue us in? Don't play dumb with us. We were already told that you are Admiral Bobbery. Yeah, again. Harumph! What poppycock! Balderdash! Tell me, what would you want with me if I were this chap with crap? You say your ship needs a navigator, and you want me to do the job. So sorry, but you'll have to look elsewhere. I shall set sail upon the sea nevermore. I don't know why you're talking like Edgar Allan Poe. But look, we're begging you here. You totally have to. We need a navigator. We can't just go prancing off, you know, setting sail into the ocean without some kind of person to steer us on course. You're the only one who can guide our ship to Keelhaul Key. This is serious stuff. Awfully sorry, dear boy, but when I say no, what I mean is no! I shall set sail upon the sea nevermore. Away with you. Why must you always again bring up Poe words that were probably a lot more accustomed to his day? Darn, what do we do, Mario? That guy doesn't seem too stoked to come with us. Yeah, is right. Know what I wonder, though? Why is he all weirded out about the sea anyway? And why exactly isn't Goombella's words moving? We ought to find someone who knows this guy and find out what his malfunction is. So, yeah, let's try Podley again since he used to hang around that place. Oh boy. Oh boy, the backtracking. Even though it's for a good cause. Can't argue with that. You say Bobbery won't go to sea, huh? Well, can't say that surprises me. The real question is, are you folks really sure you want Bobbery back on the water? Yeah, why exactly is he afraid of the water here? Why did he just suddenly become an aquaphobe? Oh, is that it? Now I see. You want to mount an expedition to Keelhaul Key. Rough seas out there. Most sailors would meet their ends. Not old Bobbery, though. The fact of the matter is, Admiral Bobbery's tale is sad, which I kind of expected here. Horribly sad, actually. I mean, he must be really, he had to be really reclusive to, not have a really good reason. You'll probably end up crying, or maybe not, but I'll tell it to you, if you really want me to. Please do. I can take it, because Mario is stoic. In that case, get ready. Bobbery's tale of woe goes something like this. With a lute, and a gong, and a harp. Bobbery was once married. He had a wife of enduring beauty named Scarlett O'Hara. The two of them were madly in love. The sort of love reserved for fairy tales. Now, Bobbery was a renowned sailor, so he was away from home for long periods. Hence the reason why I guess he was an experienced navigator. Scarlett never complained, though, and always waited faithfully for Bobbery's return. And Bobbery, his eye never drifted. He loved only Scarlett, truly and deeply. So they lived and found happiness where they could. And all was good for a time, that is. But not all good things can last. It was a particularly icy winter when it happened. Scarlett fell ill. A virus? A passing cold, which is kind of impossible to die from? No one knew, but it soon turned serious. Bobbery, at sea on a long, lonely voyage, knew nothing of his bride's suffering. By the time he returned, Scarlett had succumbed. She was gone. Bobbery, of course, blamed himself, survivor's guilt. My loving wife perished because of me. If I were not at sea, I could have nursed her to health, or could have taken her with me. I could have saved her. She could have been my first mate. He was overcome with such thoughts. They tormented him always, haunting his sleep. He has never gone out to sea since. That is pretty sad. That's the saddest tale I've ever heard in my life. No wonder. You all know his tale now, so tell me, do you still want him to return to the sea? Yes, we have no choice. This, I'm assuming, is game over. Very well. I understand. If you're that determined, then I'll give you this. Wow. Already I'm getting chills here. On her deathbed, Scarlett wrote Bobbery a final letter. You hold it in your hands. I don't know what's written inside, but I can tell you what she told me as she lay dying. If I should succumb to this plague, and if my love should blame himself for my death, then give this letter to him, so he may hear my voice. It was her last request. But when I saw Bobbery in misery, trying to forget the pain as he mourned his wife, I just couldn't bring myself to present this letter to him. I've regretted it ever since. Please, take this letter, and do the deed I was too cowardly to do. Take it to Bobbery. Thanks, Podley, and don't beat yourself up for this. You're just a bartender, after all. We'll deliver the letter. Come on, Mario. Well, anyway, let's just get this over with, so then hopefully he may have second thoughts. He may just think about rejoining the sea. And if he doesn't, then we might as well just swim there and catch up with Flavio's crew. But what about all the chomps and the sharks? What about all the chompies? What? Oh, by Blobberton's beard. Not you again! Even though you just saw us come in. And didn't even bother to knock. No matter how many times you entreat me, my stance is firm. Now away with you! Here's her letter. Here's her soiled, crumped up letter. Pardon, a letter, you say? For me? I jump with a letter. What? Scarlet? This is Scarlet's handwriting. Okay, random music box. Scarlet, my love. My love, if you're reading this... My love! I don't want to do that. My love, if you're reading this letter, then I am no longer by your side. Because fate has stepped between us, I have decided to write you this letter. If you're reading this, I must have passed away while you were out to sea. I can only assume that you will blame yourself for it, my sweet Bobbery. Although my life was short, you gave me more than a lifetime's worth of joy. Though you will mourn, I beg that you remember that time, like love, is a tide. You are one with the sea, as you were one with me. Do not lose both your life's loves. Time, like love, is a tide. You are one with the sea, as you were one with me. Yep, it's very poetic. I like it myself. It's a bit kind of flowery, but yeah, I kind of like ornate writing anyway. 1,000 pardons, but may I have a moment alone, if you please? Sure, take all the time you need. Poor guy. He has suffered enough, to be sure, but, hopefully he just doesn't end up smashed. He doesn't, die beside a bottle of an empty bottle of very strong whiskey. Yes, love, I was happy. My sweet, sweet Scarlet, I love you still. Now then, you were looking for a navigator, I believe. Bound for Keelhaul Key? And Mario doesn't even mourn everything that's been going on here. He's just constantly smiling as if nothing really ever happened. And same with Goombella too. She's stoic. If you think an old sea bum like me is what you need, then let's shove off. Admiral Bobbery, awesome. That is pretty awesome. The ship's in the harbor, And the cows and the corn. I must inspect her before we leave. I shall meet you there. Da-dum-da-dum! Now we finally have our navigator. But let's just hope that he doesn't, wallow in despair en route. So, Well, the saying, all wounds heal. Or, they're supposed to heal. But, even then, though, if you lost your love of your life, then I understand how very, very tragic that can be. And, how very traumatic it must also be to even go through all that pain, because I know I've suffered a lot. I've suffered a lot through my childhood. I've lost a few close relatives along the way, so it's not as if, anyone can just go through this pain unscathed. I knew you would get Bobbery on board, you wonderful mustached man, you. Now back to this lively voice. To you I must say ahoy! I was wise to choose you as captain. Even though you're supposed to be the captain because you have the captain's hat, dummy. Ahoy to me as well. Yeah, because you're the one with the captain hat. My men have already loaded our cargo and supplies. Yes, preparations are complete. If you have no errands, we can depart at once. What do you say? I need a heal up. I will need a heal up before we take off. I mean, this is probably going to be a very arduous level here, so I need to be sure that I'm all healed up and make sure that I bring all the supplies I need. Those two, the reason why I bought those two was because I was suspecting to make Merle the recipe of that cake, so I bought a point swap back at Glitzville. So really, I really don't have any need for these items anymore. So let me just sell these right away. Point swap, which is only 2 coins, unfortunately. I have plenty of coinage already, but yeah, you would think I would probably store up a lot more here. Because I may need some more for, Ultra Shrooms and Jam and Jellies, back at that shop underground, because they actually sell rare items like those. You never were able to buy items like those in the first game, so you might as well not pass up the opportunity of buying some in the second. Now we're ready. So, you're all ready for our epic voyage, then? Yes, coolio! Let's go on our fantastic voyage. Very well. To the sea! Ha 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 ha. The sea indeed. Raise anchor and set sails for thrills and emotion. And romance and money. Our destination is Dread Keelhaul Key. Not dreaded, but dread. Wait up! Yeah, random bob-omb. And where exactly... Yeah, okay, there is Lord Crump, I'm guessing. Just in disguise. And we have Patch. And where is Bobbery, by chance? Meanwhile... I knew it. That's not 1 here. Come back, dude. I repeat, that's not 1 here. Over. Roger, reading you 5 by. Infiltration is successful. That's not Black aboard vessel. Repeat, that's not Black is on board the vessel. Sabotage is about to happen sooner or later.